Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Legacy of the Rimlen. This time you guys didn't have to wait for an entire month until we return. Lucky you. And yeah, bunch of stuff happened last time. Before we get into that, I suppose, remind everyone, including the viewers, that all the players reached what's called a major milestone last session as a result of basically recovering the Orb of Acacius and getting a chance to rest. So we'll be not celebrating, but yeah, we'll be talking about that pretty soon. Now, as usual, I would like to ask the people who have once again joined us in this adventure to talk about themselves and introduce themselves and their characters. And I wrote some dice. The dice have determined that we ought to start first and foremost with Show&Tell. Could you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Yes, hi, I'm Show&Tell, and I'll be playing as Anghel, a mute peasant boy who had a run-in with a ghost last time and got locked up because he was stupid.
Briefly.
Which means I was stupid, but yeah. Also, as to the new things in his character sheet, I changed the high aspect and the trouble. So the high aspect is orphan peasant boy with a vengeance.
Poetic.
And the trouble is strike first, regret later. I'm kind of embracing the new character direction, I guess. And he also has 4 in careful now instead of 3.
Yeah, good job. I do like the changes you have made. It will definitely make compose, I think, a bit more accessible, let's say.
Okay. Yay.
Thank you very much, Show&Tell. And then, according to the dice, we would have Dely. Could you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Of course. Hello, everyone. I'm Dely. As usual, I'm playing the traveling scholar turned Oracle of Acacius, known as Muninn. They have had a few changes as well. It's quite a long list, so please bear with me, but I will be brief. So they've had a +1 to their quick approach, taking it from 4 to 5. Basically every stunt has been reworded, but only 2 have been reworded to sort of change the mechanics. So Quick Blade now includes the Spear of the... Well, it says Spears, but the aim of it is to add a +2 quick to Muninn's daggers, but also the Spear of the Korobant. Whenever they attack.
That also, dear viewers, my bad. I forgot to add that stunt also affects the Spear of the Korobants. My bad. It does. If you look at the overlay as if it includes that, please. Carry on, Dely.
Okay. That's okay. So I changed it to Spears as opposed to Spears of the Korobant as well on the sheet, because Spears could potentially include any spear, but the intention is to use the Spear of the Korobant. Spear of the Korobant, sorry. What else? Oracle's Insight has been slightly reworded again to allow for more use cases, because it's sort of a little bit more broad now. Divine Intervention, which shields Muninn from all attacks, from an attack, once per session, has been replaced with Divine Wrath, which once per session, Muninn can ignite the Spear of the Korobant, speaking of which, to compel all opponents to skip their turn. Because it's supposed to be a spectacle, so it shocks them so much that they skip their turn, sort of thing. And then finally, the new stunt, Quoth the Raven. Muninn gets a +2 quick when attacking someone they attacked in the previous round. So that includes combat, but also conversational sort of combat as well.
Yeah, makes sense indeed. Thank you very, very much, Dely. Then, of course, we would have Izvir. Could you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Yeah, I'm Izvir. I play Miroslav, who is having a good sleep after a very stressful day. And yeah, the things that changed with Miroslav are that I changed or switch the boni I get for clever and sneaky. So it's, and also added 1 to the clever then, so it's on +2 now, and the sneaky is on +4.
Mm?
I reverted one of the aspects from has a love for singing to soothing voice, to also make it a bit broader, I guess.
Yeah, makes sense.
Bit of a different direction as well. And there's 2 new stunts, which is subjective truth. So Miroslav gets a +2 when overcoming a situation by misdirecting someone, which I think might be fun.
Yeah.
And underhanded, which is playing a bit into Miroslav looks like a slave, so nobody thinks of him as a threat. Into giving him like +2 when sneakily attacking somebody who did not think of him as a threat. So yeah.
True. I imagine with the latter stunt there'll be a lot of cases of like you asking me, does this person perceive me as a threat? So looking forward to that conversation. I suppose.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much, Izvir. So last time it was we had once. I'm stumbling over my words because I almost switched to the wrong overlay. So last time, Anghel and Muninn finally investigated the basement where Muninn saw some strange activity going on, and they found an old man guarding the door to the basement. Noticed that he was suffering from a tumor, basically. Muninn convinced the old man to basically screw off, and then the two of them entered the basement. Meanwhile, Miroslav was still having... Is it fair to say a panic attack, Izvir?
Yeah.
Yeah, a panic attack in their room. A sudden presence appeared at the door, checking in on Miroslav, not entering the room necessarily. Lady Ophelia, they asked, "Are you okay, Miroslav?" Miroslav did not reply, and after like 30 seconds, the sounds from the outside of the owner of the estate whipping people, which is what caused Miroslav to have the panic attack, subsided, even ceased from Miroslav's perspective, and were replaced instead with the singing voice that later on Miroslav revealed was his mother, allowing Miroslav to finally relax and go to sleep. Either way, in the basement, the Anghel Muninn, I almost said the group, but it's a bit odd to refer to two people as a group, but sure. Anghel Muninn found a ghost in the basement, the granddaughter of the let's say guardsman, who was very, very anxious around them, especially when Muninn announced that they are friends of the owner of the estate, which caused her to break a specific bottle and then try to escape. Anghel managed to calm down the ghost by offering her a wooden figurine. They conversed. Anghel Muninn noticed the cause of her death. She was, whipped to death. Later, you guys learned that it was because she spilled drinks on the owner's guests, and that's what prompted that to happen. Either way, during the conversation, the ghost was still very, very anxious of Muninn. She revealed that she has the ability to sort of selectively hide herself, like hides only parts of her body or her voice, and also that she has the ability to talk to the living, both of which are things that she, quote, learned recently. Either way, Muninn, while the conversation was happening, investigated the bottle, noticed that it was very, very subtly poisoned, assumed, of course, based on an earlier failed roll that Zamfir is responsible for the poisoning. And I think Muninn, your reasoning for doing this, I don't quite remember. Muninn basically rushed to get the guardsman grandpa back. I think your reasoning was to calm down the ghost, I believe. She interpreted it, however, as you trying to extort her into revealing what happened with the poisoned bottle. So she locked Anghel in and followed Muninn. Muninn and the ghost had a confrontation over the grandfather's unconscious body. He collapsed from his, let's say, head trauma. And Muninn won, healed the grandpa, and in exchange the ghost revealed that it was Lady Ophelia who taught her all her recent tricks, and also Lady Ophelia who poisoned the wine. The ghost said that apparently she poisoned the wine as insurance in case, quote, bad stuff happened. Stuff went bad upstairs, rather, during the quote. And she also asked the ghost to smash the bottle in case someone came to investigate. Either way, because servants from outside were coming to investigate all the hubbub, Muninn returned downstairs with the unconscious grandfather, found Anghel in the position that Show&Tell described in her beginning portion, and, well, the servants failed to find anything, so Anghel and Muninn returned. They met up with Miroslav, they debriefed Miroslav. Muninn realized some things that they had to keep private, and also suggested keeping the incident a secret from Ophelia. Anghel realized that, oh yeah, there's no sound of whipping coming from outside, and then Miroslav admitted that someone, they did not specify who, came to visit and that he heard his mother's voice. And we pretty much left off with you guys adjourning and heading to sleep. So, as I go... Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. Sorry. That was some old Izvir artwork that you guys saw. Not appropriate at the moment. So, as I go and turn on the background music, real brief, before we go on to sort of the main events of the day. How is everyone sleeping? I'm just curious, because I'd like to hear some insight from all your characters, real brief.
Who wants to go first, I guess?
Miroslav is sleeping very, very well. With like the memory of his mother singing, so he might dream of like the past, like good days.
Might be in contrast, perhaps, with what prompted Miroslav to have a panic attack. I imagine what happened might allow Miroslav to rest fairly well, perhaps.
Yeah.
Sorry, you wanted to say something?
Me?
Deli?
Yeah, I just said bless him. As in like...
Oh, okay. Anghel, well, he went to sleep hungry, right?
Yep, yeah.
He did drink, though, did he?
No, he refused to steal.
Oh, right, okay. Anyway, so it took him a while, I think, to actually fall asleep.
I mean, they say that sleep is the best cure for hunger and all that.
Sure.
But either way, not the most satisfying rest, I suppose.
Yeah, not really.
Thank you, Show&Tell. And Izvir, if I didn't say thank you already. What about Muninn? What about Muninn?
Okay. Yeah, I assume that they slept as well as they could. I think they probably still feel the burning in their throat and eyes and body. So they probably struggled to fall asleep. But once they did, again, it's like, yeah, they can. Once you're asleep, you can't feel pain, right? I guess. I don't know.
Unless it wakes you up.
Yeah.
Like, if it's too
True.
bad or something.
That's true. Maybe they're in and out of like very light sleep, if that makes sense.
True. Fair enough. Sure. And speaking of pain that wakes you up, Deli, Muninn will be woken up by someone kicking them in the face.
Ouch. I wouldn't say that, but Muninn would like immediately jolt awake. And then look to see, like, when your eyes adjusting, they would try and look to see. Actually, they've got spectral eyes, so either way, they would look to see who the hell just kicked them.
You don't see anything, but you hear a voice in your mind say, "Get up, servant. I told you to stay awake for the fast few hours of this night, didn't I?" As you hear Cassius's voice in your mind.
Muninn reluctantly tries to, like, when you're like 5 more minutes, like they're trying to like wait it out to see how long it will take before Cassius demands them to get up again, but not wanting to like test the Cassius's patience, they would get up without sort of argument, if that makes sense, and they would ask, where would you like me to patrol?
Patrol? Head outside, servant.
Okay. And then they do so. They very reluctantly, but very obediently head outside.
Sure. I'll just move all your tokens a little bit. Cassius means the backside of the estate, not the like front entrance.
Okie dokie.
As you proceed outside, you'll not be disturbed by any servants or guards or whatever. You notice that it is pretty quiet and the whippings have obviously stopped and all that. Is there like anything like you'd like to inspect while you're on the way there, or are you just heading there?
I am curious to, although he's sort of stationed at the. Sorry, a lot of things just went through my brain at once, and it just translated us to silence.
Sure.
But can I see the not centaur, what's it called? Satyr. Can I see the satyr from here?
With your spectral vision, give me a careful, please.
Okay. So a 4.
Yep. You no longer hear the noise from upstairs as you see with your spectral sight the satyr basically sleeping on the roof.
Okay, because that's what I was curious as to whether or not he was awake. But that's good to know. So he isn't. He's essentially off guard at night. But that's good to know.
Cassius whispers in your mind, "Don't think that there are no other guards here, servant."
True enough. Are there? Can I see any other like? So I assume I saw the satyr because of his magical presence.
Yep.
Can I see any other magical presences around?
Give me a careful. Your stunt will apply.
Okay. A 4 again.
You do not. That does not necessarily mean that they're not there. It could also be that you're too far away.
Okay, that's fair enough. So yeah, I'm still on my guard then, I suppose. Not that the satyr is like a threat to me, I feel. But I'm still sort of being aware, I suppose you could say, as I'm walking to where, like outside, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. You are not disturbed as you exit. There are no humans that come across your path, unless Anghel or Miroslav would like to randomly wake up, I suppose. Show&Tell and Izvir, up to you guys, I guess. There's no one that will come wake them up, so... Going once? Going twice?
Miroslav
I don't think so.
is asleep like a stone.
I guess Anghel could make no, but not really. Go out to look for food, but I don't think he will.
You are aware, well, last session at least, it's the thing that if you take food without permission, you're stealing, so your Prince Charming meter will go down.
Right. So I don't think he will.
Alright. Then, Muninn, as you head outside to the back entrance, you spot first and foremost this very dead-looking tree in the back. And by the tree, you will see this creature. a very beautiful and large swan.
Oh. I think I know who this swan is.
Do you?
Like to. I think so. I have an idea. I'd approach the swan very carefully, just to see its reaction to my approach. But I won't say anything.
You approach it, and it bows down, sort of its head, sort of in greetings, and then when you get close enough, it begins to gag.
Oh shit. Muninn wouldn't say that, but I think Muninn would like stand to be like, oh, should I help? Like sort of thing, like why you? And then I'll like approach it again to try and help it, like to look as if to say like, oh, do you need help?
The closer you get, the more it seems uncomfortable with you.
Oh,
Yeah, it's the smell. Yeah.
Yeah, the smell.
The smell.
Their guard would drop and they would just sort of step back slightly, and they would say, "What are you doing here?"
It does not reply. Acacius's voice echoes in your mind. Hop on, you have somewhere to be.
Yeah, I thought this was okay. Is there anything? No, Muninn knows the answer to this, so they're not going to ask. I was going to for anyone who's curious. I was going to ask Acacius, "Can I stop being smelly for the sake of the swan?" Muninn thinks that for a minute, and then realizes it's going to be a no.
The question irks Acacius, who tells you to hop on already.
Yeah. So Muninn would attempt to hop on.
Yeah, you do. The swan seems incredibly uncomfortable with your presence, but allows you to get on. You don't require a roll to suspect that it's at least in a similar position to what you're in regarding Acacius and such. Not that the swan is its oracle, but that it has to obey orders.
I was gonna say, can I say who I think this is?
Sure.
Because in Hero of the Empire, Acacius rides a swan, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
He does, yeah.
So I assume that this is the same swan? Or is it just a swan that he has?
It's a swan that you can ride, same as the one in the novel, so maybe.
It could be. Okay, cool.
Yeah, sure.
Well, either way, magic swan, I guess.
Magic swan.
Yeah.
You hop on. Again, the swan seems incredibly uncomfortable, but nevertheless accepts you as a rider and begins to flap its wings and, unless you have any objections, not that you can object, fly off.
Okay, no objections here. Muninn would brace for the flight. They've never flown before, so I guess they're maybe a little bit nervous. And they would really hold on tight to those feathers, I guess.
How do you sort of keep your nerve? Because again, this is something you have never done before.
Yeah. To be honest, if it was just Muninn, I think they would be absolutely terrified. But because they're the Oracle and their emotions potentially can be suppressed and stuff like that, I think they're still very much in distress, but they're trying to actually like no longer resisting the sort of suppression of the Muninn like persona, if that makes sense. They're just being as stoic as possible.
Oddly enough,
I don't know if that answers.
It makes sense. It makes sense. But oddly enough, Acacius does not demand your composure in this specific situation.
Okay, in that case, Muninn is shitting bricks, and they are just holding on and keeping their. Actually, no, that doesn't even help. I was going to say they're keeping their eyes closed, but they're already closed, so they can't even do that. I think they would just bury their like face into the swan's back to be like, I'm gonna. Do you know what I mean? I'm holding on for dear life.
Can I get, I guess, a careful or forceful based on your description to see how well you not survive. I guess morally survive the journey.
Okay, I will be careful. Oh, dude.
It's
Oh, no.
it's rough, but you're able at the very least to keep the contents of your stomach where they are. It's a frightening experience, but you
Yes.
can probably like walk it off after if you have like a few minutes break and all that.
Okay. In that, yeah, perfect. And I am so, when you're so scared that you're like, because I can imagine Munin's afraid of heights anyway, which is ironic. But they've never, obviously, like I said, they've never flown before. So this is scary.
The swan doesn't necessarily do as good of a job maintaining its composure as you, fortunately not hitting you, froze up mid-flight.
Oh my god. Poor thing.
Yeah. It's an unfortunate situation for the both of you, I imagine.
Yeah.
If anyone or Show&Tell is wondering, hey, why didn't Anghel suffer when he was riding into battle on a flying steed? It's because for Prince Charming, riding the horse feels natural.
Oh wow.
How great.
Because, that's how the story goes. Anyway. Muninn, you will be taken to the southeast as you will fly. Basically, what's the word I'm looking for? The amount of distance that you have basically traveled in the previous day, more or less.
Oh wow. Okay.
As you fly over, you hear agonized moaning coming from the town from all the people that Dafina has impaled and or tortured looking for you. Though again, the looking for you part is more of an excuse than an actual, objective. Yeah. Is there anything you're curious about in your flyover? Like, oh, can I get a bird's eye view of this place or whatever?
Generally, it would be nice to. Hard to say. I was gonna say it would be nice to get a general view, but then I have it already with the general view of the poor people getting tortured and everything. Are there any soldiers running around that I can see right now, or is it everyone's been hung up and people who aren't being tortured are already gone to bed, sort of thing?
Give me a careful, please. I think your stunt will apply.
Okay. A 4. I'm getting nothing but 2s today.
Yeah, it's quite a few in a row, isn't it? You don't see any particular individuals. Well, maybe you see a few drunk soldiers out, or just maybe a few soldiers having fun throwing stuff at an impaled person, because cruelty is a universal language and all that.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But nothing in particular that draws your attention.
Okay. I would like to sort of at least attempt to. I was gonna say it would be nice to do something to the people that are being cruel. It would be cool to smite them or something, but obviously we're not gonna do that, I assume.
I mean, you can if you want to increase your debt to a Cassius. Or if you have a mundane object to throw at them. Cassius does not oppose this. He doesn't approve of it, but he does not oppose it.
I think although, like I said, it would be nice to be hey, stop being assholes to these people. Munin's so scared that they're acknowledging that those poor people, those poor impaled people, but at the same time they're there's not really much I can do about it right now. So unless there's something specific, it's hard to say, but unless there's something specific, I don't know how to word this. Is there anything? I guess the question is there anything else of interest that I can see at all, sort of thing?
If you just for a general overlook, give me a careful, please.
Yeah, sure. A 5.
If you look in the distance, you can see not a column of smoke, but the opposite. Fires in like a very far distance, even further to the southeast than you are currently traveling, indicating probably the slave uprising that happened and all that.
Oh my. Yeah. With the Okay, awesome. Wow. Is that awesome? I don't know, but interesting to see at least.
You are you're not heading towards them. Not to those fires, I mean.
Okay, because that was my next question.
Yeah, you just see them in the distance. Anything else that is generally worth? I wouldn't say there is much. You see the places that you have traveled through in the past day or so. There's not much that you can see from the air that you wouldn't really already see from the ground. I guess it is a different perspective getting a bird's eye view, but there's not much different. Like, you don't see, a random monster has popped up over there or whatever.
Okay, awesome. In that case, I feel like I would just, again, bury my head in the feathers and just wait until we land, or until the next place of interest, like we fly by that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and you begin touching. It's pretty obvious. Begin descending. Begin touching down. If you were to look, tell me if you do. You will see the place where you will touch down. That I will put on screen momentarily.
Okay.
It's a familiar.
I would.
Good.
I was gonna say, as we descend, I probably would look. Yeah, to answer your question.
It's a familiar place. Obviously, you've never seen it from the bird's eye view angle. It's slightly changed since last you were here.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's been a while. Dang. Were those bloodstains there before?
That is the place where the duo happened, and Cornell's sacrificed someone, unleashing magic and stuff like that. If you mean this bloodstain, if you mean the bloodstain at Daniel's ruined house, that house used to be intact last you were there.
Okay. God damn. Ruined. I guess I do have a question for Cassius, but I suppose questions will be answered once we just land. My question would be like, what are we doing here? But then he'll probably tell me.
He answers just with, make sure you're as presentable and sociable as possible.
Okay. Yes, my lord. As they wipe the snot and the tears from their from their face. Not that they were crying, just because they were terrified of the light.
Makes sense. You will descend here-ish. You see some of the liberated slaves that you have encountered get ready to take the swan's reins. They'll cringe at your smell. One of them laughs and points at the poop trail that is still there.
Shit.
Yeah, and Show&Tell, do you think this is a good time for your character?
Sure.
Oh, what is going on?
You see, I think the first individual that you see that catches your eye is this individual that I will soon enough, Show&Tell will give you control so that you can move it wherever you would like. It is, I'll just describe it above board, a sphinx.
Oh, wow. Okay. Muninn would try and pretend not to be surprised at the sight of this thing. as they get off the swan, I assume.
And the Sphinx is being pestered by this thing, which above board was supposed to be Ashen's character, but oh well. As this thing sort of circles it around, laughing at it, and says, tell me another, to the Sphinx.
Oh my god. So this has been, above board, this has been planned for a while now.
Since before even Ashen even mentioned the idea of leaving, yes.
Oh my life. Holy moly. Okay. I think Muninn would ask Cassius in their head, so have they already asked what am I doing here? I can't remember if I already
you
asked
did,
that or
and
not.
you were just told be as presentable and sociable as possible.
Okay.
Let me real brief.
I guess
I'll give you control of this new token that I'm putting on screen. Just give me a second. I'll move the swan like here because that's where the attendants will take it. And here's you that you can move along wherever you wish.
Okay. Would I be? Oh, the swan was taken over here. Was you said?
By
didn't you?
by the like servants and all that. They pretty much
Okay.
ignore you. You also see that there are tables arranged with all sorts of food and drinks. Yeah, for all the participants.
Okay. I think Muninn would approach the nearest person, which is, I assume that these people are the nearest people.
For now.
People, yes.
Yeah, and they would approach slowly to be, when you walk up to someone to expect to be addressed, like that sort of thing. It's like, I'm expecting these people to address me, sort of thing.
For context, by the way, Show&Tell and Izvir, you guys don't need to worry. You don't have like duties. Oh, we must escort Muninn and all that. You are just there, and Muninn's another party goer that is now approaching you.
Okay.
So,
The little
Oh
group.
wait, so it's Izvir now?
No.
No, it's not.
Izvir
Okay.
will show up soon. I promise. Real soon.
Okay, no problem. I was just confused for a second. Okay.
Yeah, it's just I wanted Show&Tell your character to do something other than just stand there. So that's why I had Ashen's character pester you.
Okay.
awesome.
So I guess Sphinx,
So yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
I guess she just says, well, you're a stinky one.
Ooh, you smell worse than what I left in the bathroom a few minutes ago. Says the green thing.
Little bastard. I won't acknowledge that they just fucking roasted me. And they would say, I am his oracle. Who are you two?
I'm just a Kobolos. Don't mind me. And he offers to shake your hand, and I'll roll. It's sneaky for something. Feel free to try to oppose that if you want.
Yeah. Would it be like
Careful.
eyes?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So 5 or 3, depending on.
I guess a 5, sort of by default, because you're not actually looking with your natural eyes. It rubbed its backside before offering its hands to shake.
Oh, fucker. I don't accept the handshake.
It insists that you accept. Like, reaches up. It's short. It's goblin-sized. Reaches up to try to shake your hand.
Can I just continue to... I'm not even ignoring him. I'm actively looking at his hand as like a way to be like, I know that you're trying to shake my hand, but I'm not going to shake your hand, bro.
He has this face of, who, me? That sort of innocent face.
Yeah. I'll say I'm not gonna touch that thing until you wash it.
All right. It tries to rub it on your clothes.
Ugh. Could I like? I don't want to start a fight 10 seconds in, but What was that for, by the way? That roll?
It's attempt to reach your clothes. Feel free to oppose
Oh,
it.
okay. Yeah. I'll just like move out the way quickly.
Give me a quick.
Okay. There it is. Oh, a 2.
Ooh, a tie means you either fail or succeed at a negative cost.
Damn it. Could I use my... That's stupid. Could I use my birthday inspiration to +2?
Do you want to?
I don't know. It seems like a bit of a waste. Could I instead, like... Yeah, I'll fail it because, to be fair, these clothes... I'm not going to keep these clothes forever, am I? So, I'll fail it, I suppose. He's too quick for me.
Okay. Yeah, your clothes. I was looking at your artwork. They're light brownish already. Emphasis on the light, not on the brown. So I guess. So I guess when he wipes his hand on your clothes, it's slightly visible.
Ah, fucking bastard. I will refrain not to kick him, and instead I'll address the
Sphinx.
The Sphinx. Yes, thank you. For some reason, I thought I forgot the name of the word, whatever. But I'll address the Sphinx, and I'll be like, "You didn't mention your name, as far as I remember."
I don't just give names away like that. You're the Oracle, huh?
I am.
Are you smart?
I am.
Really?
know. Sorry, go on. What did you say?
No, I said really.
Okay. Moon would say, I know all he knows, and he knows all there is to know.
Is that so?
Muninn, you notice there's no, at first glance at least, no restriction on your speech.
Oh.
At first glance at least.
Okay.
You haven't like delved into like really dangerous topics yet.
Okay. As soon as I realize that, I think I'll say like, I've never met. I'm tempted. Like as soon as Muninn realizes that, I think they have their body shifts and they're like, oh, I could test the waters, but they're a little bit nervous too. So for now, they say to the Sphinx, I've never met one of you before. Which is a very polite way of continuing a conversation.
Well, of course. There's no one like me.
Likewise, I suppose. Was
I've
this?
seen oracles before. I'm not impressed.
You have? Who have you seen before me? Or who have you met before me like that? What oracle have you met before me?
Show&Tell, if you want the Sphinx to have met the oracle before, it's perfectly fine by me.
Great. You caught me out.
Sorry.
Well, there are a lot of you. Do you think I keep track?
Fair enough, I suppose.
So you said you were smart, yes?
Yes. Even before I was the oracle, I was smart.
Oh, is that so? Well, how about a riddle then?
Of course.
What?
Feel free to riddle me.
What comes down but never goes up? Tell me, Oracle.
Muninn would genuinely think for a second, and they would assume they would ask Akesius, I assume you're not going to help me with this one.
Get no reply. Feel free to give me a clever, and because again, this is addressing Muninn, not Dely, so it's not Dely's say inability to answer this is not necessarily reflective of Muninn, if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Would my stunt apply with this? Do you think +2 clever or not?
Insight, knowledge, or wisdom.
Does that count?
I
as wisdom?
guess, yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. An 8. Okay. Sorry, I was just.
What's up?
Gone. No. What were you gonna say?
I was going to say I think that Show&Tell is enough for Muninn to know the answer.
Sure. Should I just give you the answer? Like, I don't know how this works.
I kind of want to figure it out in real life, but I also don't want to take everyone's. This will take like 2 days, real life time. What goes up and never comes down. Down that never goes up.
No, it comes down but never goes up.
What goes down but never comes up? What? No. I don't know.
So I'll just type it to you or something?
Sure. Sure, yeah, let's do that. Sure. Is this something that you made up, by the way, or did you like Google?
No, you think I'm that smart? Forget it.
You are smart, don't be silly. Rain? Okay, so Muninn says...
Well, with that roll, you confidently know the answer, I'll say.
Okay. Muninn confidently, without even... Well, actually, no, Muninn does think about it for a second. But then, with that, using the scholar brain and not the oracle brain, they would say, I assume anyway, they would say rain. But notice how they say it question.
Yeah, as a question.
Yeah, they don't say it confidently, which is.
You don't sound too sure of yourself. What goes up but never comes down then?
The clouds.
No.
No. Okay. I thought they'd be related above boards. What goes up but never comes down?
That's ridiculous. You want to roll again for that?
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Sure.
This is the conversation.
What goes up but never comes down? Sure, I'll roll again. 5.
Is that is that good enough, Show&Tell? What do you think?
I don't know. How do I decide? I don't know.
Yeah.
Arbitrarily is the answer. A 5, I like the most average typical person has a +2 basically. So I guess a 5 is a really, really smart person. Or a really smart idea, I guess. So I think it would be enough.
Sure.
Though with less confidence than before.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, very obviously less confident than before even. They would say a person's age.
You don't come across as a very smart person, despite your claims.
But I'm getting the answers right, aren't I?
Are you?
Give me another one. Like very arrogantly, Muninn would say, "Give me another one."
All right.
Settle it. Best of 3. Let's settle it.
I will test you.
The kobolos fucks off. He was expecting to laugh at Muninn's expense, and he's disappointed.
Okay.
What has a neck but no head?
What has a neck but no head?
I know it.
A neck. A neck.
Also, feel free to roll, Dilly.
It's so annoying because I really want to figure it out in real life, but okay. A 6.
All right.
A neck but no head. You can imagine this is how... Oh, yeah, sure. You can imagine this is how Muninn is reacting to a neck with no head. Muninn slightly more as confidently as the first one, but and more confidently than the last one based on the rolls. Muninn would say a bottle.
All right.
So Uh, 3 out of 3 is not too bad, Muninn would say.
Not too bad, not too good either.
Well, he wouldn't choose. Well, I am his oracle after all, and I am a scholar. I was a scholar before I was the oracle. So I
now
mean,
you're no longer a scholar then.
Not first, no, I suppose, but I still value knowledge, as any scholar would, but more from the oracle's perspective. I don't know if that makes sense in real. I don't know if that makes sense, but you know what I'm trying to say. Above board, just what I was gonna say, not in real life.
Sure.
So what brings you here? That Muninn would ask to the
Thanks.
Sphinx. I keep thinking nymph. I don't know what a nymph is, even, to be honest.
I think it's a.
It's a spirit.
Yeah,
Okay.
is it?
You'll see soon enough. Funnily enough. Show&Tell. You were
Yes.
invited to a party because Akesius has something to announce. Something that he deems a party worthwhile for. I think Discord lagged out for me. Did you hear that?
No, I heard that. I'm just trying to think. A Sphinx wouldn't admit that she doesn't know something, does she?
I suppose not.
Why did you come here?
I was summoned, as I assume you were too.
Well,
The Sphinx is not a servant of Akesius, I'll say. It was an invitation.
Okay.
Oh, you don't know that. I'm saying for Show&Tell's benefit.
summoned.
Okay. What's the Sphinx is summoned?
Yeah,
Like,
like in disgust.
Yeah. Okay. You
No
were
one
invited,
summons me.
You were invited here by him, weren't you?
Well, of course.
So an invitation from him. Wait, what am I trying to say? An invitation and a summoning are not too distant when you think about it.
Excuse me? I choose whether to come or not.
None of us. I was going to say none of us choose. But that's more of a. The fates is not an old faith thing, is it? That's a new faith thing? Or am I wrong?
It is an old faith thing, but give me a clever to see if you realize something, because you may have stumbled into a particularly witty barb unintentionally.
Oh, a clever you said, yeah?
Yes.
A 7 or a 5?
7. You're not recall, but you are aware that basically all mythical creatures have, unlike mortals, this sort of immutable nature that they have to follow. So yes, the Sphinx is kind of obligated to be the way that it is.
Okay.
So yes, you could turn that into a barb if you want.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Muninn would say that. Muninn would say, well, you are bound to your immutable nature, so is free will a luxury you truly have? Like, as a dig, you know?
Yeah, I get it. I don't know what to say. I'm so bad at being the Sphinx, God.
No, you're not. You're fine. Yeah. No, I'm happy. I was going to reword what I already said, but I'm happy with what I said.
I don't know. Would she, like, does it make sense that she would challenge it, or does she just know that it's the truth? Like,
She knows it as true. Of course, the Sphinx is sort of allowed to lie unless it's like an official riddle to gain access to blah blah blah. But it's not in this case.
Sure. It does, as a little thing for you, Show&Tell, it does beg the question, although Muninn is immortal, it does beg the question whether or not they're now tied to fate because they're the Oracle. I don't know if that's how it works or not, but it would be interesting to question, potentially. Not to like, you don't have to say that obviously because it may not even be true, but that's probably what that's what I'm thinking right now, which is why I bring it up.
Sure. I think she would just like ignore it and just be like, I was asked to come here,
Okay.
not summoned.
As you wish, Muninn would say. And
I'm a delight.
And I think at this point, a random servant, again, one of the, not servant, attendant, let's say, one of the slaves that you've encountered, the part of the uprising, one of the people here will say, if I may have your attention, please. Our first guest for the night has arrived. Lord Acacius's esteemed sister and her entourage. As from the forest, you will see the familiar to you, Deli, form of Acacius's sister, fully clothed this time,
Wow.
walking to join the party, and she is accompanied by a bunch of nymphs, that the creature that you unwittingly named, which you would best describe as beautiful looking women, let's say. And among them is also a particular, not nymph, but something close to that, I suppose. As we introduce Izvir's character, that Izvir, I'll grant control over to you briefly, shortly. And Erisina whispers to you and to all her other companions, go on, enjoy yourselves, though be cautious.
I love the artwork, by the way, Teeironor.
I mean, it's not mine, but you know.
No, I know. But I guess you found it, so...
And also, among Erisina's other companions that she tells to enjoy themselves is your centaur guide from back in the forest. That will also go on to join the party.
Awesome. What's his name again? Sorry.
Toxotes.
Toxotes. Okay.
Was he the one that Anghel fought or not?
No,
Was it his
no.
brother?
You fought Hephaestus. Toxotes is Erisina's servant, not Acacius's, and he's the one who guided you guys through the forest to this place and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was wondering if this... Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was wondering if this was Hephaestus. Because...
Well, Hephaestus would be missing a leg, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so,
for the sake of expedience, though Izvir, I mixed up Izvir and Miroslav and came up with Miroslav, my bad. Izvir, if you disagree, feel free to say so. But I think, purely out of curiosity, you'll probably be drawn to this odd sight of a blindfolded person talking to a sphinx.
Yeah. No, definitely. So yeah, she would like go over and
Do we know each other? Or no?
Up to you guys.
I would look to the Sphinx to gauge whether or not they know each other, I suppose.
That's an interesting.
She comes over and greets you as if you know each other, both of you.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Both of us. Okay.
Both of us.
I don't know what to make of that. Do we know or not?
Up to the two of you, Show&Tell and Izvir. Either way works.
Yeah, except I didn't.
Oh, don't worry. I haven't
guess she'll
prepared
pretend she
at
knows
all.
her then. Sure. Oh yes. This is a stinky one. And not very smart either.
Don't listen to
The
her.
oracle, he says. Oh, they say, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I have noticed a smell. An oracle. Is that why your eyes are? Is that why you have a blindfold on?
Yes, that's correct. It's good to see you. Pun intended, above board. But I don't believe we've met. I'm Muninn.
We might have not. Well, welcome to the party.
Aren't you
Muninn.
supposed to know everything?
You have, as
Good
mentioned,
point.
as mentioned, Dely, you have, for the moment, at least freedom of speech, I guess.
Muninn would say, I know everything, not everyone. But I will soon get to know everyone, evidently.
Is that so? You still don't know my name.
Could Muninn ask Akesius to be like, what's their name? To be like, because the Oracle's supposed to know everything. What's this person's name?
I'm
To be
busy.
like,
Leave me alone, you hear the reply.
Oh, you can make your eyes glow.
That's right. Well, I'm sure
again.
Muninn would not regard that, and instead they would say, I'm sure depending on how this tonight goes, we'll surely get acquainted, but if you do not wish to tell me your name, then that's your choice.
It's a mystery, my name.
I know a lot
Good
about
one,
this.
Show&Tell.
I would have. You have not asked for it. But yeah, you may call me Kalika.
Kalika. Okay. It's good to meet you. And I mean, pardon my phrasing, but you don't seem to be like the other nymphs that you arrived with.
Yeah. I'm not a nymph.
So you're a human.
No.
Okay.
I didn't know human had tree characteristics. I'm a dryad.
I see. Sorry.
The artwork does not properly reflect, but yes.
I was gonna say. I guess my eyes aren't working too well.
Also, I mentioned, Dely, your spectral sight, aka your ability to detect otherworldly creatures, still works. You realize that the only humans here are the attendants, who are also like invitees to the party, as well as in the distance these two people, though more so the, let's say, black and white image than the Show&Tell artwork.
Okay, I think I know what you mean. Oh! Speaking of the person next to the black and white artwork, I recognize that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Interesting. So, what was I going to say? So, I mean, yeah, Muninn would bow their head and proclaim, it's good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
It's again, I must admit, it's my first time meeting a dryad and a sphinx. But obviously I assume this isn't your first time meeting an oracle. To the dryad specifically.
I think it is.
Izvir, by the way, could you remind me your character's name?
Kalika.
Kalika. I'm terrible with names. I'm actually going to write it down because if I don't. Okay. And then, obviously, the Sphinx hasn't told... You Show&Tell haven't told me the Sphinx's name, which is fine.
It's a mystery.
a mystery.
Mm.
That would be cool if that
Very
was.
mysterious.
It would be ironic if that was the Sphinx's name is Mystery, and that's like one of the riddles. That'd be pretty cool.
It would be,
But- Yeah. Okay, so I will. I think, seemingly a bit like a lost puppy, Muninn would, because they're not getting like instructions per se. Muninn would say, to be honest, I'm not sure. I think Muninn would. I really don't know. I really don't know what to do next. I would like to.
I mean, I
would-
have an idea for what the Sphinx might say.
Okay, go on.
It's not anything too dramatic. I'm just like, I think she's looking around. She's saying, "This is an interesting place to hold a party."
The blood stains on the ground are still very much there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is interesting. I assume his lordship has picked this spot intentionally for and then Muninn would realize that they said, I assume he has done it, as opposed to he has done it, right? And then they would sort of clam up a little bit, and then they would say, I was here once before recently.
Oh.
Did
So
you
you can
cause
show
all
us
this?
around?
Not knowing who to answer first, I think Muninn would. First to the Sphinx, Muninn would say, I'm not completely responsible now.
Completely.
I was here when this village was afflicted. Is that the correct word? I guess not really, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, ravaged. You know what I'm trying to say.
But you had nothing to do with it, of course.
I wasn't the one who did it firsthand. No, I was here when it happened.
Oh? Did you enjoy watching it?
Did I enjoy watching it? It wasn't very pleasant. No. But
Then why didn't you stop it?
Muninn would think for a minute. What's the best way to reply to that? They would be thinking, and they would say, I was intended for other things at the time. To answer your question, I suppose we could have a look around before the festivities begin.
I would love to.
Are you gonna attend? Are we gonna, like, as in looking to the Sphinx? Would you like to come with?
You are mobile.
As long as we stay. What?
You are mobile.
As long as we stay away from the brown streaks there.
Yeah. Of course. Muninn tries their best at what they call it, a poker face. Muninn would try and poker face that and be like, yeah, of course. I think Muninn would, like, Muninn's eye, well, not eyes, but you know what I'm trying to say. Muninn's eyes would look to
The goddess.
Arcene.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, for a moment.
She seems to be like casually enjoying some of the drinks, a particular drink at that, and she seems to be like looking around, like waiting, just all right, how long is this gonna take and all that.
Okay, so she doesn't even know what's going on, which is interesting.
At first glance, at least.
Yeah. And then I think I'm just generally gonna. I think while we walk around, there might be a natural path potentially where we can sort of walk around.
I will say more people will gradually show up, but we'll take it one step at a time.
Sure. In that case, Muninn would. I think, because I would like to go this way. I think Muninn would probably
That's exactly where.
where the poo is. Yeah. I think Muninn would, if that's okay. Muninn's going to go this direction and sort of. Actually, no. Muninn's going to go round this way. So I'm going to move my token very slightly, and then they would sort of look around at the people as they walk. So this person, for example.
That is a nymph. She appears to be admiring the destruction. Not admiring is not the right word, but like oohing and awing at it. Not necessarily in a positive way, but like in holy shit way.
Okay. In that case, they would, I suppose, leave them to it. But as they continue round, I think they would, as they walk past this bit, they would probably acknowledge the centaur and be like, "I know you," like, you know, like as a like an affirming nod kind of thing.
He looks at you, has not a disappointed, what's the word? Apprehensive expression, sighs and gives you a nod back, not necessarily intent on making conversation, just like, "Oh, you're here."
Yeah.
Muninn was the oracle back then too already?
Nope.
Interesting. And he knows that I'm the oracle now, I assume.
Shrug.
Shrug. I suppose that's.
Feel free to ask him, I guess.
No, it's okay. I mean, he'll get to know, I suppose, depending on what I'm here for. Sorry. Never. I was gonna make a really niche joke. I'm not gonna make it. So I'm gonna keep going around. I assume with the party in tow. To sort
Yeah, I
of,
mean, I'm trying to follow.
yeah. As a bit of a weird, like, tour guide. I am curious to see how these people react as I walk by.
Oh, this food's spoiled. Bring some
Okay.
new one. Bring some new one.
I thought as much.
You're
Okay.
ruining the fun for everyone.
Well, shut up. I mean, I wouldn't say that, but as we're walking around, could I look to see if there's anything of interest, or is it literally just rubble and destruction?
Give me a careful, but also what, is this like a general area proverbial scan, or are you looking like, say, at the stable specifically?
Yeah, general area, to be honest.
Sure, give me a careful.
Okay, 6.
This area is suffused with magical energy. Definitely what's allowing all these creatures to manifest, and almost certainly why this location was chosen for the party.
Oh, interesting. That makes sense. So, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, awesome.
I guess you'll also... it was obvious, but I guess I'll point it out. Yeah, you notice that there's one house that it was not destroyed when you came here.
Huh.
The house of Daniel, where, you know, the...
Oh, that one. Right. I see
where
what you're saying.
the priest was hiding and all that.
Yeah, I misinterpreted what you said. Was the priest a new faith priest, by the
Yep.
way? I can't remember.
Yep.
He was. Okay, so that's probably why his house burned down. Or destroyed.
Well, the house was likely destroyed because of the person who was hiding the priest there. Because that's...
Yeah. Yeah, sure. That makes sense. Okay. I'm going to keep going round. And I'm going to look at the one that got away as I walk by.
Wow.
Does she...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, does she react as I walk by?
She makes a disgusted face as you walk by.
Oh. Could I...
Sina doesn't like you.
No, I was going to say, could I speculate as to whether or not it's because I smell or because she just doesn't like me?
Give me a clever, I guess.
Okay. A 5 or a 7, depending on...
Bit of column A, bit of column B.
Okay, so... Okay. That's fair to say. That's a shame. Okay, and I'm gonna Yeah, we're just gonna do a lap.
She will say as you walk past, make sure you don't waste it when he gives it to you.
Oh my god.
Ooh, riddles. I love riddles.
Yeah. So, Muninn is obviously going to get given something today, but they're not going to... Muninn would nod as if they would like acknowledge to be like, I won't, sort of thing, even though they have no idea what Arisina's talking about. And then as they walk by, they're sort of...
I would say Arisina shoots a look at Calica, sort of like, really? You're accompanying that person?
Would Calica say anything?
She would just grin and be like,
They seemed funny. They seemed out of place.
Just be careful, she says. Arisina.
Okay.
Wouldn't want something to happen to you. And she, if you allow it, she'd like pat your head sort of in a motherly way.
yeah. Kalika would leave her.
Sure.
Let her. That's the word.
I think Muninn would like be a bit defensive actually now I think about their character. To be like, they wouldn't say anything, but I think they're defensively being like, what the fuck is their problem? Like, why doesn't she like me? Like, that kind of thing. Above board, I'm thinking, oh, like, why doesn't she like me? But Muninn's a bit vindictive, and they would get, like, visibly annoyed. And then walk away. But yeah.
You don't like that she doesn't like you.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I think the Sphinx says that, not Show&Tell.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Muninn would look back. You know when you're with your friends and they say something to embarrass you, and then you look and you'd be like, shut up, like that sort of thing. Maybe Muninn would do that. They're like, they look back, try to scowl, realize that they can't see their eyes anyway, and be like, shut up. Like, they wouldn't say anything, but they would be like, stop talking. You know, like they would be like, don't say it. Like, and then they would
You
try.
don't like me in particular, do you? But it's okay, it's mutual.
Okay. I'm glad. Muninn would say. Muninn would say, "I'm glad we're on the same page."
It's so interesting.
And Muninn would say, and yet you keep following me around. To be like, you don't have to follow me. Above board, I'm not telling you to go away, Show&Tell.
Yeah. I think with something.
Show&Tell, if you want like a tip, I guess, I think the Sphinx would find it interesting that there's this one mortal that's very apart from the other mortals. And the Sphinx is not naturally drawn to heroes. Not that Muninn is a hero, but they have an aura that reminds the Sphinx of a hero. Does that make sense?
And she's not naturally, or she is?
She is naturally drawn to heroes. Not necessarily to follow them, but to be curious about them.
Interesting.
Well, you seem like an interesting toy.
I try not to read too far into that, but okay. And they would. So Muninn would continue walking as to be like. As to continue walking, I guess, but also to try and get out of earshot of Arisina, because I feel like, again, they're kind of salty that Arisina doesn't like them, so they're trying to just get away at this point.
If you were to look back, she's not paying attention to you.
That pisses me off even more, but I'm not gonna. As in Muninn, that pisses Muninn off more.
It's funny how much emotion shows, even though you're hiding your eyes.
Sure. They would be surprised again, though, because that is a good point. They would continue to be surprised, and maybe that shows on their face, about how much emotion is showing. Because again, it's like they're not being restricted, right?
At least not right now.
At least not right now. So again, they're continuing to be curious and to be like, but again, they're kind of nervous because it's like they don't want to test, they don't want to do something that they can control their emotions now, or whatever, not control, but they can express emotion now, but they don't want to like do something to take that privilege away from them while they have it, if that makes sense. So either way, long story short, they will, because the reason I bring this up, I swear it's not just lip service, is because I really want to do something, and so does Muninn, to be like rebellious, but at the same time they've tried to be rebellious before and it didn't end well, so
Yeah.
they're just gonna walk around, and there's so many magic things around, magic creatures around, that's probably not a good idea anyway. So I'm just gonna walk past this person
She
right here.
looks around and says, "Did someone forget to collect their hunt?"
At this point, it's Muninn's kind of laughing, not laughing out loud, but Muninn's like smiling to be like, "I can't believe this."
You keeping track of what responses you get?
Am I keeping? I mean, it is amusing. It doesn't. Yeah, it does amuse me. But
It's a good way to go about it.
yeah. It has do you know what it has? Muninn would say it has come in handy in the past. A lot of the time, it can be a nuisance, I will admit. But and as Muninn says that as if they're saying it like, you know, when you're saying something that you probably shouldn't say. Muninn says it, but they say it cautiously. And they say, but sometimes it comes in handy that like for amusement, or a distraction. My smell, I mean, is what I'm talking about. Okay, if everyone's ready, let's keep going. I'm gonna go around this house. I deduced earlier that this guy would Muninn have deduced earlier that this house is probably destroyed because of the new faith that's attached to it, sort of thing, right?
Probably, like last you saw the owner of the house, it was in the middle of the like fatal duel, where Cornell sacrificed someone and all that. You saw the owner of the house sneak away with the priest, so they might have realized, oh yeah, the priest was here all along and all that.
Okay.
And just burn down and destroy the house in just blind vengeance.
Sure. That makes sense. Is there anything of interest inside the house, do you think? I imagine not. It's probably all rubble.
It would be dependent on a roll. Do you want to inspect the house?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Sure, with your all that applying, you feel slightly uncomfortable in proximity to the house, as if it wasn't like the remnants of the new faith weren't stamped out enough. As do, by the way, the Sphinx and Calica. You guys also feel slightly uncomfortable when approaching this house.
Yeah, okay. I don't like this house. Let's go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Wrong.
And you, I think, would notice a site where like your spectral sight just fails.
Okay, so it's completely black, like
a specific point. Yeah.
Yeah, as if my eyes were shut, like for real.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Can you imagine if someone put a blessing on my blindfold? That would suck. Anyway,
food for
so
I guess.
Yeah.
Interesting idea.
Yeah. Okay. Can I see this person like
Oh
this
yeah, I'll
point.
just actually move them a little bit because I think they'd be like around here-ish. They're just discussing, talking. You notice the witch in front of whom you crapped yourself very violently, speaking with Anya Veris.
Yeah.
They compared to the other party goers, they seem more like low key, more not restrained, subdued, let's say.
Okay. I'd like to talk to Anya Veris. So I'll probably just be like walking up to them. Again, like you know how you walk up to someone as if to be addressed. And I don't think I'd interrupt, but sorry, go on.
The witch says, I think I spilled something. Might have brought an ingredient with me. And Anya Veris, the witch is not facing you. And Anya Veris says, no, you spilled nothing. Hello, Oracle.
Hello, Anya. Would I have known that? Sorry. I feel like I would.
You would.
Okay, good. Sorry, I don't want to, because I know her name as Deli. Sometimes it's hard to keep track as Muninn. Hello, Anya. Have I seen Anya since turning as well, by the way?
Nope.
Okay. It's interesting to see you here, to Anya.
I'm here for the same reason you are. Well, not exactly, but close enough. By the same means, let's say.
Well,
A friend of yours?
I think Muninn would let Anya answer that to be like, are we friends?
A companion in suffering, she says.
Yeah.
Delightfully tragic.
Yeah.
I have a
Muninn
cure for
would,
that,
but-
says the witch. Not physical suffering, dear. Not always, says Anya.
No, but sometimes.
What happened to you? Did you shit yourself that badly?
What?
Again, I mean.
What? Oh, the smell. Okay.
Muninn would try and Muninn would try and answer her question so that she doesn't reveal Munin's stinky secret. And they would say, do you not recognize what I have become?
Yes, I'm an even bigger shitter than before, I don't know. Don't touch my stuff again, will you?
I am...
She doesn't know, says Anya.
Sure.
Have a tendency to shit, do you?
Oh, man. Muninn would ignore that. They would say, so you realize that I am... So you don't realize that I'm the Oracle now?
The what? She doesn't have the knowledge basis to whatever you say to her, says Anya. I'll have you know I've been following the family tradition for longer than you've been alive, Missy, says the witch. And Anya says, I somehow doubt that.
You got an invitation. Alice Fig says to the witch.
I live here. She points at her house.
Oh, hang on a minute. Is this the same witch that... No, it's not, actually.
It is the... Well, maybe. Which one are you thinking of?
There was one that lived in the shack, but she obviously isn't the same one.
All of the witches you have met so far have lived in shacks.
Oh. So is this the same witch that
It's
gave...
It's not with a cat, I think.
I was going to say, it's not the cat witch.
No, but she did...
It's the one who tried to help with the cat.
It is the one that tried to help with the cat, yes.
Interesting.
And the one that you touched her ingredients, which caused you to leave a permanent mark on the terrain.
How is it permanent, though?
Oh, just
Okay.
because it has not rained yet.
Okay.
Wait a sec. don't have to stand for this, and they would sort of walk away to be like, so that they're not bullied anymore. I was wondering as well, as I walk away.
Izvir will be right back, it seems.
Okay. Should we wait until Izvir's back, or?
We can continue, or I can pause the recording. Your guys' choice. I was more so saying for the benefit of the viewers, but you're up to you.
Okay. I don't mind. I don't mind.
I'll add Izvir in chat to let us know when they're back.
Okay. So are we paused right now?
Not yet. If you want to, we can.
Yeah, could you please? Just because I have a quick question.
So should I pause it or not? If you have a question.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay. Sorry about that, dear viewers. We're all here. We've determined in character. Dely, this is not in character, above board. Dely, this is not the witch that has cursed Illona. This is the local witch of this village.
Okay. The Poo Witch. So
she gets to have the name the Poo Witch.
Yeah. I can't remember. I think I said I was moving away, didn't I? Oh,
Yeah.
I will say. Let me zoom in.
Those are Amazons, and they are guarding the entrance to those two buildings. Yes.
Oh. Okay. I wonder what's gonna happen, because obviously they're guarding it for a purpose.
I will say, sort of understanding not your hidden meaning, but like your intention. Anya will say to the witch, I'll talk to you later. I'll go enjoy the party, and she'll go be sort of by her lonesome around here. If you want to talk to her in particular, not with the witch.
Okay.
The witch will return to her hut. And
okay.
She's the crotchety old lady while the youngsters are partying next door, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So, I mean, I would like to speak to Anya Veris. I don't really know what I would say to her, though. Do you think... So, I do... Yeah, sure. Let's walk over to Anya. Moving my token very slowly. So Muninn would approach Anya, and they would ask, sorry, is it out of... Could it be... Sorry, I don't know if this is out of character or just really random. I was going to say Muninn would walk up to Anya and ask her about her clothes, because they would be like, I want clothes like that because of the whole toga thing.
I don't think they're issued anymore. It's standard issue military gear from the Rimlen Empire.
That's what she says.
Back 1400 or so years ago, she says.
She says that, so okay. I think Muninn would be slightly surprised. And they would ask 1400 years ago.
Give or take. I have not kept track as well as I should have.
Well, they look in pretty good condition considering. How did you acquire them?
I was given them when I joined the army.
I see. Clearly a little bit surprised. Muninn would say...
Did Takesius not tell you? I guess he didn't. Yeah, I'm from the past.
Well, that's interesting, Muninn would say. You're keeping quite well considering you're 1400 years old.
You're keeping quite well considering you've given yourself over to a monster.
Ooh.
Are you...
Well, not that I want to
Alika's
talk.
just enjoying that.
I was gonna say...
Yeah, the tea is nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Muninn, I think she beat Muninn to the punch because Muninn was going to say, "You're one to talk," but then she said it, and I was like, "Exactly." So,
Well, at least I didn't do it for selfish reasons, I guess. Not that this is even supposed to be a competition. What am I saying?
So Muninn would ask, so what did you have to do to earn immortality?
You say that as if it's a good thing.
It's a questionable thing, for sure. I don't suppose
not hugs herself, but yeah, like crosses her arms and says, I'll be honest, like wish someone would take my head off, but it's just not that simple.
So you're not just you don't just not age. You're also impenetrable, like not impenetrable. You know what I'm trying to say. You're like invulnerable as well.
No, I'm not. I am as vulnerable as you can expect me to be. It's just that nobody here is going to kill me, and Cassius isn't going to send me to a place where I can be killed.
What makes you think that?
So it doesn't allow you to die.
Yeah, pretty much. Affirming Kalika's words.
Yeah. Muninn would say, what makes you think that? To be like, what makes you think you wouldn't do that?
Beep. I'm useful tool for him. And she mutters something. Feel free to give me a careful if you want to listen in or not.
Yes. A 4.
I'll whisper to you what she says.
Okay.
Kalika will be towards Muninn like,
Does he allow you to die?
Oh, me? So Muninn would say, he's protected me before, so I suppose it's in his interest to keep me alive. And Muninn would say, I mean, I'm more than capable of taking care of myself regardless.
Are you?
Yes.
This thing's kind of... she has a paw, right?
Yeah, your lower body is, feline.
So she kind of like, lays upon and Muninn's arm, I guess, to check for muscles.
You find a distinctive lack, I guess.
Hey! Muninn would swipe away. Get off!
You're jumpy.
I can handle myself.
just out of curiosity, Kalika would also try to like touch your arm.
We'd be like, we would say like, "Get off me!" Like, and sort of like almost like bat them away. Like, get off! Sort of
Careful
thing.
where you're jumping. If you spill the drinks, it won't end well, says Anya. Since you are like
God.
in the part of the map where there's like tables and such.
Yeah, I guess Muninn would look around and be like, yeah, I guess spilled drinks would be a waste. But then they would look at her to be like, is that the problem, or is there something more to this? Like, when you like Dwayne the Rock Johnson like eyebrow, like, do you know what I'm talking about?
Erisina will very bluntly tell you there's 5 if he shows up, gods that will be here. Do you want to anger all of them? They can make you suffer without killing you,
Yeah, I'd rather... I think I've had enough suffering for now, so fair enough. So I don't know if you've mentioned it already, but you've not really told me what you're getting out of being here.
I have to be here.
I suppose, don't we all have to be here?
Oh.
But
I was
No, just-
invited.
Just the two of us, dear Oracle. She hesitates not
Oh,
remembering
really?
your name, but yeah.
yeah, Show&Tell, that really made me laugh. I was invited. Yeah, Muninn would pat the Sphinx if the Sphinx would let me to be like, yeah, of course you were. As in to be like,
The Sphinx is big. I don't know if you can like reach her face, for instance.
or yeah, but like I don't know, the Sphinx's leg or something.
You have a lot of audacity.
So you don't
Muninn-
like being touched, but you touch people without asking yourself.
You have a lot of audacity.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, Muninn would lower their hand then and be like, and shrug. Muninn would say, I can't remember, to be honest. I think Muninn would say to Anyaveris, like, Akesios wants me to wear something like that too. I don't suppose you know, like, any tailors that would make something like that for me.
I've not exactly been around these parts in 1400 or so years, so no.
Okay. Where do you usually keep yourself then?
She
Because above board, I can't really remember.
she has not answered the question before, so there's nothing to remember.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
worry. There's no way
Okay,
there's
good.
nothing to remember. She once again sort of clutches herself and says, wherever he says to go, I go.
So you're by his side quite often then?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Be sorry for what you did to yourself. Your fate will be far worse than mine.
I don't... Muninn would, like, think for a minute. And they would say, part of me doesn't doubt that, but then obviously your fate is not very desirable either.
I try to help those close to me, and it required asking for help I had no right to receive.
I see. I am curious to hear this tale, but I think we may need to save it for another time. And somehow genuine, like in like a very genuine kind of way, I think Muninn would say, as well, it's not really my right to know this tale. Like, as in, like, if you don't want to tell it to me, then that's fine. Like, that sort of thing. I don't know how to word that properly, but
I'm
You know what I
fine
mean?
sharing it as a cautionary tale, but it's, too late for that, isn't it?
yeah, I suppose. I think Muninn would also, like, how do I put it? Muninn would, what language are we speaking right now?
You realize you have been speaking in ancient Incuna without even realizing it,
Interesting, because I
As-
thought you.
as has everyone else around you.
I had a feeling that might have been the case, in some respect, because obviously that's what she would be speaking in her time, right?
But also all the
no-
mythical creatures speak that way. Well, I guess the attendant who announced, Arisina, Arisina's coming, they spoke in Rima.
Oh, they did.
And the
Okay.
witch also.
The witch too.
I think when Muninn realizes this, they would say, "Do you speak any other language?"
Asking an Anya verse.
Yeah.
I speak my people's tongue, but I don't even know if their culture still exists. Otherwise I speak whatever the master deems I speak. Well, back in the day, I also used to speak a bit of Romy, I guess.
Okay, I don't know if I speak Romy.
You should,
but
I think we've established that you do.
Okay. So Muninn would say, "Do you understand me?" But in Romy.
Yes, she replies in Romy. The Sphinx and the Dryad also understand Romy.
Oh, they do. Okay. So Muninn wouldn't do what they were going to do in that case.
Well,
and instead,
have they displayed any signs of understanding?
True.
Yeah.
I was informing Izvir and Show&Tell, not necessarily Muninn.
Oh, my bad. I guess
Well,
Muninn would very.
would have said something, I think, but I don't know.
What would she have said?
Like, oh, we're switching tongues now, or something.
And then Muninn would look to the Dryad. Sorry, rude of me. Muninn would look to Calica.
Oh no, don't worry. You can also speak in this tongue. I do understand you.
Okay. In that case, yeah, Muninn wouldn't say that what they were going to say. I don't know if it's obvious. Muninn was going to try and speak to her without listening ears, but they can't do that.
Yeah, obvious.
So instead, Muninn would say... Muninn would pick up on the fact that Anivaris mentioned, like, oh, I don't know if my people's culture still exists. Muninn would say, if it's fair to say, because I sort of kind of thought, oh, this would be interesting. Muninn would also think this could be interesting and pull out the Orb of Cassius, if that's okay. Assuming that I've got it on me.
You have it on you, yes.
Okay. And Muninn would say, so do you recognize this?
She flinches when you pull it out.
Okay, so you know what this is. Do you know who had this before me?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
I had it before you, but not permanently. But I know the one before me.
Before you even?
I was not the oracle, to make things clear. I just had it for a bit.
Right, I see what you're saying. So, do you know who did you give it to after you had it?
Well, I left it in those ruins you stumble across.
Okay. So do you know about what happened in those ruins?
I was the one that did it, yes.
Sorry, I don't know if I'm misremembering things. Did she revive the Rimlen then?
That's what she's implying.
Oh.
More like,
okay.
more like she's also the one that put them to sleep, for instance.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I guess this is news to Muninn though, right?
No, I think so, yeah.
Okay. So you know that they are out of the ruins right now.
Yes, I've been fortunate to be able to meet up with Aurelia for a brief moment, yes. Again, I mean.
Yeah. I'm really sorry. I just really want to make sure that I don't break continuity or whatever. I know that I know Aurelia's name, don't I?
Yep, you do.
Okay, I do.
Even though she really doesn't want to talk to you compared to Anghel or Illona, wherever she may be. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah. Okay, so... Okay. So Munin's said... So she said... She's implied that she put them to sleep and then woke them up. So...
This figure sort of pops out of thin air and just goes to one of the tables with Arisina. Not like making a spectacle, it's just that it will be in your line of sight.
Okay. I have some honey for that man. Funny enough. I don't know if I would have it on me.
You would recognize that it is ingenuity, yes.
Yeah. So Muninn would look at ingenuity and for a minute actually realize like, oh shit, this could be a really good time. Even though they're mid-conversation with even though they're mid-conversation, Muninn would say, I'm really sorry, I know this is very rude of me, but can you please excuse me? We must pick this conversation up later, if that's okay.
I'll be here.
Okay. Sorry. And then Muninn would say sorry, but partly because they're leaving the conversation, but also partly it's like double entendre, like I'm sorry, like that what you are burdened with, I guess. And Muninn would walk up to the table with ingenuity very quickly.
And my food has gone bad, says Arisina, who's at the same table.
Muninn would ignore that. And
Ingenuity looks at you and gives you a polite smile. Says the orc over kisses, I believe.
Correct. Yes. Good to meet you, Ingenuity.
Sorry about the finger again. Oh, that was mostly your fault.
Yeah. Yeah. Hindsight is 2020.
A drink? He offers you a cup.
Am I allowed to drink?
Above board, yes.
No, I was asking, like as Muninn, but
in character, he replies, "I'm not the one that's supposed to allow or disallow you, so I don't necessarily know."
Okay. Very cautiously, Muninn would take a cup.
It
and then take a
is
sip.
quality wine.
Okay.
You notice that the drinks that Arisina and Ingenuity are drinking look golden to the point that they're subtly glowing.
Oh, okay. And obviously mine's not.
Yours
glowing.
is just mundane, but quality wine.
Okay. Muninn would take it and drink it very, what's the word? Gratefully?
Sure.
With gratitude. But they would ask Ingenuity, they would seem to be like they're urging for something, if that makes sense. So they would drink the goblet, or whatever, the cup, and they would ask Ingenuity, are we, my lord, I was hoping to speak to you very briefly before the festivities begin. I was wondering if
Arisina says, "I'll give you privacy." She says to Ingenuity, not to you, Muninn, as she walks away to a different place.
Okay. Muninn would genuinely be very grateful for that, to be honest. And they would say to Ingenuity, "I'm sorry to speak so frankly, but you are the god of messages, the free exchange of knowledge."
Above board are Calica and the Sphinx with you?
Yeah, I'm wondering because I just feel like
Kalika didn't leave. Kalika's still there, being interested in what's going on.
And
I feel like the Sphinx might be bored
Arisina
right
did
now.
not tell her to leave.
That's true.
I guess Show&Tell, Anya Veris also has that similar, is this a hero aura that Muninn kind of exudes, but also in a different way, as in, no, this is not quite a hero, if that makes sense.
Yeah, maybe she's asking her some riddles. Because honestly, I want to interject with riddles, but it's like not, and the conversation is interesting. I don't want to really cut in, so I guess that's what she's doing.
Anya Veris would probably entertain the first few riddles, and then after a while respond with, "What is this all you do?"
I'm the one riddling riddles, not you.
Kalika would kind of like look a bit between like Muninn and Ingenui. Like, do I need to go? Can I listen in?
Feel bad as Deli to tell you guys to go away. But I think Muninn would say, or look to the Kalika and be like, I'm really sorry. Can you just give us a second?
Sure.
Okay.
And Kalika just like goes probably to
Oh, her
Okay.
mistress.
yeah.
We might
If
have
you
a-
guys,
Yeah. What's up?
sorry, I was gonna say if you guys wanted the floor for a minute, because I feel like I've had the floor for the whole session. So if you guys wanted the floor for a minute,
Not
mean,
really,
we've-
because I don't have anything really interesting to say. You know?
Yeah,
So
and also we've been with you on the scene the whole time. So
true.
I'm just harassing people. Ignore me.
Erisino would ask Calico when she returns, are you alright? Did they hurt you?
I'm alright. They're interesting. Very, very weird.
True enough.
So they smell.
True enough. That's... Blame my brother for that. She sips from her drink. But for your own safety, don't ask him about it. My brother, I mean.
Okay. Yeah. I guess he wouldn't like to tell why his oracle smells.
She sighs. She mutters to herself, really, this is a waste of time. Where is he? Says to the air, and of course, he does not manifest.
Are we continuing with Muninn's
Yep.
conversation?
You sure?
And,
No, I'm just like, because I don't know what else.
I'm looking
Kalika
through.
isn't
Sorry.
really saying anything more. So
Probably just enjoying the food, I imagine.
yeah. Sometimes like looking over to Muninn and Ingenui, like, are they done talking yet? Can I annoy the interesting being again?
Mm. Deli.
Yeah, I'm looking through my notes, and there's something very specific I'd like to ask Ingenuity. And unfortunately, I don't really have the specific thing. I have a general idea of what I wanted to say, but I can't remember what. Sorry, go on.
If you want, we can like start the conversation, and it maybe will lead you to whatever you want to. Maybe it will lead you to whatever you want to ask.
Okay, I think so. Okay, cool. Let's do it. So as people walk away, I think Muninn would ask Ingenuity just to be like, "You are the god of, you are the god of message. Sorry, my brain's broken. So Muninn would say to Ingenuity, like, you are the god of information and the freedom of its exchange, correct?
Yes, and of thieves and of merchants. Now bow down and kiss my feet. He says.
Okay. Muninn would try and ignore that, but
He smiles. He's obviously joking.
okay, good.
Oh my god.
Muninn would ask, and your loyalty to your brothers and sisters, like,
Yes,
where do you stand with that?
of course I am. We may have disagreements, but we're family.
So you would you exchange information that would, what's the word? Like, would you exchange information about one of your brothers and sisters that may be a detriment to them, not their life per se.
There's very
But
few
that-
things that can threaten our lives a little more.
Of course. But would you, as long as it was true, would you share information about one of your brothers and sisters, even if it wasn't to their liking, so to speak?
I find that their information is so very rarely classified in such simplistic terms. You can use any sorts of information for all sorts of malicious purposes or for beneficial ones.
Okay.
It is, I suppose, not to disappoint you, but a case-by-case basis.
Okay. Oh, is the
Yes, this little fucker too.
yeah. Love that guy. Oh, I wonder if someone else is going to be here. That would be interesting. Okay, so Muninn, try not to get sidetracked.
Sorry.
Sorry, what did you say?
It's been ages.
Yeah, it has been a while.
I mean, Illona is the chicken's favorite plaything. so-
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. So Muninn would say to... I'm so annoyed because there was such a specific reason. Muninn would say to Ingenuity, do you take offerings from an oracle of... from oracles?
Yes, though I'm not the one you should be asking that question. The question should be, can an oracle offer offerings?
Well, can they?
In your experience, because this has come up before above board, the answer is yes, though Kessis would rather you not. But the answer is yes if you have to.
Okay. I have a favor to ask you, and for some reason I've been allowed to speak frankly in this area.
I suppose that will come back to bite you. Suspect, rather, that will come back to bite you. But go ahead.
Yeah, potentially. Muninn would pull out some honey from the satchel or wherever they're keeping it, and they would say,
Were you allowed to bring your stuff with you? Well, actually, if it's like a large bag, I suppose not. But do you have the honey on like a portable pouch or whatever?
Potentially. I feel like it depends how big the honey was, because I can't remember where I put it officially. But if it's, I'd good question, to be honest. So I wasn't allowed. Do you think wasn't allowed?
You're
to bring
not
my
allowed to
bag?
bring your big bag. Well, it would have been difficult to carry on the Swan anyway. But you can bring like a pouch or like a small bag.
Okay, I don't want to like. In all honesty, I haven't thought about it. I probably wouldn't have brought my big bag in that case. Would it be reasonable to say I had a small pouch with because the honey was quite small itself,
Sure.
right?
It's a jar that can fit in one of your hands. Well,
Okay.
not comfortably, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, sure. I feel like it's something that, as well, I feel like it's something that Muninn would subconsciously try to keep on them at all times as well, since they got it.
Sure.
So Muninn would say, I have a message I'd like you to send to, okay, I'm going to tell you my plan above board because I can't exactly remember what, I would like to roleplay this, but I just can't exactly remember why. My plan is, actually I'm going to roleplay it. I'd like you to send a message to, here's a good question. Would I even know about his existence?
Always a good sign.
Hippostus, king of the gods.
Hypistos, yes, you would definitely be aware of him.
Okay. I'd like you to send him a message.
Bold.
Yeah. And
That would
here's
require
where
quite the offering. Mortals don't approach the king of the gods so easily, and well, you better have an offering ready for him too.
that's not good.
The answer is not no, but keep that in mind.
Okay,
All right, little oracle.
that's fine. And then this is where it gets hazy a bit, because my reasoning was, can you tell him a message to sort out Akesius and let me go free? But there was a reason specifically, and I think it was like Hypostas. Something about Muninn being the Oracle is against Hypostas' like immutable nature, I think, or like something like that. And I can't remember exactly. And I could be wrong, to be honest.
His immutable nature, you would be aware of it, is to preserve peace and order among his fellow immortals, and to procreate.
Yeah. So maybe it's not that. I'm really sorry, viewers and gamers alike, but there was genuinely a really good reason as to why Hypostas would be against Muninn being the Oracle, other than him just being Akesius' dad.
Well, if you want, Deli, if you want like a week to think about it, we can like fast forward this particular conversation and basically return to it at the start of the next session so you have time to think, and basically, because I can't exactly tell you a yes or no answer this vaguely, if that makes sense, but
Sure.
when at the start of the next session the answer will be yes or no. Ingenuity will inform you that Hypostos is not invited to, well, rather he is not supposed to be at this party, so you probably wouldn't like address him directly here anyway, so you're not like missing out by not remembering, if that makes sense.
Okay, that sounds good.
So again, you have like a week to think to remember it, and I'll deliver the answer next week.
Okay. I feel really bad because I wish, but yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay. With that yes or no or maybe or something else answer in mind, Ingenuity will say, so how's it like?
How's it like? Oh, being the Oracle?
Yes? It's quite a departure from your mortal life, isn't it?
Definitely. I think there's a lot to like, but there's incredibly more not to like. It's a burden. With all of its benefits, there's just as many burdens.
Oh, you're the one who signed up for it.
Well, like I said, hindsight is 2020, but at the time, it felt like the right thing to do.
Well, you made your choice.
What do you have any oracles, or do the gods other than Akesius even hold oracles?
Oh yes, there's plenty of oracles, though I have no ability to glimpse into the future, so I have none.
Oh, of course.
I have
That's good.
servants, well, servant, singular, but no oracles, and I probably never will. It is not my domain to view the future.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I was gonna say something, which is a bit of a spoiler, so I'm not gonna say that.
Feel free to.
No, it's
You're not
okay.
restrained. You're not restrained.
Oh, I'm not restrained. Okay. Thing is, it doesn't really make sense to bring it up. Muna would say, so you know who's going to attend this party then?
What's the word I'm looking for? This is the DM fucking up. I have some ideas, though obviously can't know for certain. When my dear brother likes to show off, he tends to invite quite a few people.
Do you have any idea of what's going to happen today?
Yes, you're not gonna like it, but yes.
Of course, I'm not gonna like it. Do I have it can't be good because it can't be good. But
And I believe that's one reason you won't like it, as an attendant rushes past, looks at you and says, "Oh, I was supposed to announce you." And Ingenuity says, Go on, announce the next person, don't mind me." And the attendant says, Right. If I might have your attention, please, I hereby present our Lord's next guest, the powerful Eurymedon.
Ooh,
Ooh.
What the fuck?
that's exciting.
As
What is he doing here?
from the river, basically pretty much trampling this kobold as though he's not dead, you see this chariot emerge, and behind him is, not behind him, but in the chariot is, of course, this lovely fellow,
There he is.
looking very, very proud, let's say, not smug. So he tramples the kobolos and then proceeds sort of to the center. The chicken just barely gets out of the way, and he looks around, seems disappointed, dismounts the chariot that then some attendants would take and place similar to in a similar place to where your swan is, and just go to enjoy some of the, what's the word? Not food, but you know what I mean. Some of the refreshments,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Okay. I guess Muninn would say to Ingenuity, I'm gonna go right. While I still have my will, I'm gonna go write this letter that I'd like you to send. Is there any, like, can you promise me that you'll at least entertain the idea of sending this?
Sure. Says casually. I get, and he'll add some parting words, I suppose. You can be nice to my servant. Well, I suppose servant. You're not necessarily on opposite sides.
Sorry, what does he mean by that? Is there a servant next to him?
It's just the two of you.
Okay. Okay. Muninn would nod and I'm stupid. Is he asking me to? What's he asking me?
I guess
Hello?
we'll see.
Okay. Well, Muninn would try and walk away because I'm sorry. I'm very stupid because I'm not sure what you mean.
Feel free
But,
to give me a
Muninn-
clever and I'll DM you the answer.
Okay.
Sure,
Five or
I'll
seven.
DM you the answer. Sure.
Okay. Sorry, my bad. I'm just very stupid. Which is very ironic. Be nice. Ah. Yep. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Cool. Well, Muninn would nod and walk away, and then they would be in sight of. Sorry, they'd sit somewhere. What? I don't know, because they wouldn't have a pen and paper, so they would be like, "Fuck!" Like I just realized. And
I
guess-
you can also, you know that you've asked Ingenuity to deliver letters while he was not physically there before, so you can do that back at quote unquote home.
Okay. Okay. So when I get back home, I can write the letter. You mean?
Yep.
Okay. Muninn.
The question is if they will be allowed to write the letter.
Exactly. Because part of the reason why I wanted to approach him right
Mm-hmm.
now is because I can speak so frankly right now. I guess
Yeah, I
Muninn
was
would.
thinking that.
Yeah, I guess Muninn would think very carefully instead of writing it down, Muninn would think very carefully as to what. Because the thing is, I can tell Ingenuity to send a verbal message. So maybe Muninn would think very carefully as to what they would like to say to make it like almost like like a lawyer. Their defense has to be really watertight. They're trying to think of us like, what can I say? What can I get him to say?
Sure.
Like that sort of thing.
I would say you don't need to worry about, like, say, Ingenuity not remembering your words or whatever, because remembering your words is kind of his, domain.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
Meanwhile, Calica and Dear Sphinx, while you guys have been sort of enjoying yourselves, again, this chariot came barging into the middle of the party, dismounted this obvious deity that you don't want to piss off, and yeah, he just made a ruckus, and it's probably now approaching you, Sphinx, and saying, "Get out of the way," as you are blocking his path from approaching the table, as he does, and just starts drinking.
Yeah, she does. I don't think she says anything either.
But it would probably be a very bad idea to do.
But she does twist her mouth a little. To herself.
Calica just kind of glances there from like where she is with
Aracina.
So yeah, doesn't really do anything to like interact with this deity.
They are certainly a rude one at the very least.
Yeah.
We hate him. We all hate him.
Yeah. Okay, and then, sorry, actually, never mind.
Well, Deli. I'm guessing that we'll leave the message for Ingenuity for next session. So I'm guessing that for now your conversation with him is over.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Feel free to do whatever, rejoin your group or whatever.
I think, to be honest, Muninn's a little bit like, how do I put this? Muninn is so like, I need to think of the best thing to say to Ingenuity so that they probably wouldn't talk to anyone else. I think they'd be like,
oh, I thought we decided that, like, the verbal message has been delivered, but we'll deliver it next session, basically.
Oh, sure. No, that makes sense. So Ingenuity has my message then?
Yes.
Okay, but obviously we don't know what that is yet, because... No, that
Yes.
makes sense. Okay, cool. In that case, yeah, sure. Muninn would rejoin... no, not Aracina.
Calica. Or the Sphinx.
Or
The-
whomever.
The Mythic.
Anya?
Anya Varys.
Yeah.
You do see Eurymedon, who has arrived, and as you head there and pass through his line of sight, Eurymedon yells at you, "Oi, child murderer! I hope your patron makes this worth it."
Muninn would give him a thumbs up with the thumb that is cut off.
He
To be like,
he'd throw a drink at you, and because this is a deity, it will hit
yeah, that's fine. Would it hurt a lot?
quite a bit.
Okay. Muninn was gonna try and stoically take the hit, but then obviously it hurt, so I'm like, oh, fuck, ow, shit.
Does your master not teach you manners? He says, and picks up another drink. To drink, not to throw at you.
Yeah. Fucking hate that guy. Muninn would.
You said that?
Muninn would probably say to Anya Varys, like, that's a fucking piece of work. That god.
Well, you did kill his child, or help with that.
Yeah. Well, what can you? Yeah, what can you do? But to be fair, his children were killing the people of the village at the time.
I trust that you already know that that is not, from his point of view, an excuse.
Yeah. They're quite impartial, aren't they? These gods.
Impartial?
Or not impartial, what's the word? Like, where it's like, I don't know. Let me rephrase that. Muninn would say they've got a twisted view. They've got a twisted view, haven't they?
A selfish one. They don't view us humans as, well, equals, obviously. From, again, you're already aware, from his point of view, you might as well have, to translate to your perspective, assaulted and killed his child while his child was in just the local playground. Doesn't matter that he was ripping people to shreds and eating them. It was just his local playground from his perspective.
No. Doesn't it, if I can, like, I'm gonna say, doesn't it make you sick?
You know it does.
So maybe we're gonna say, like, do you get any sort of boons for being in this sort of situation? Like, at least, like, is there any benefit to your situation?
She looks at you basically as if you asked something to the likes of, why is the ground purple when it's not? Like, you've asked the most absurd question possible.
Okay, that's not good. Muninn would say, never mind.
Even the things that at first drew me to worshipping Acacia seem disgusting to me right now.
It's hard to argue with that. I feel it's tough because Muninn would say it's tough because I truly thought that being the Oracle would be everything that you. I truly thought being the Oracle would be like brilliant, because I seek knowledge. He's the patron of knowledge. So
why did you think that? Even when I made my sacrifice, I knew what I was getting into. I don't regret saving the people that I cared for. I just wish she looks...
Could have done. Sorry.
She looks like she's on the verge of tearing up as she says, I just wish I could have saved one more. But even with the people I saved, I don't regret giving myself in order to do that. But my point is, I knew what would happen afterwards.
I think it's I don't know. I think I was hoping for the best. And I do still stand by the notion that this is Muninn talking. I do still stand by the notion that unlimited knowledge is a great gift. It's just the cost of it is, you know the rest.
That's what he hooked you with then? Was poetry for me.
Interesting. So you're a poet in your own time?
Was. As I said, that's not something that makes me happy anymore.
I could imagine. is the art of it lost? Well, or rather, I know what I want to say in real life, but I don't know.
Poetry is still common in like your current time and era above board.
Yeah, not that. It's more of a case of like Muninn's asking. So, did you become? So, poetry became. Did it become sort of easier for you once you sort of gained your powers or whatever? I don't know what I'm trying to ask. Above board, I'm trying to ask, like, you know how Muninn knows everything?
Right.
Not really, but sort of. Is poetry like so easy for her now that the art of it is lost to her? Like, that's what Muninn's trying to ask.
She says that's not really the issue. It's not easier or harder than it used to be necessarily. It's just, well, it draws his attention when I compose.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, I mean,
she looks like she's about to tear up. Even more so.
Yeah. We can conclude this conversation if you like, but there is one thing that I sort of like to mention. The new faith does seem to act as a barrier.
Watch what you're saying. Quiet down.
Yeah. So you know then?
Of course I know.
Okay. I recently, dancing around the topic, Muninn would sort of... So Muninn's talking about the topic, but dancing around it, if that makes sense.
Let's just say it's not an avenue of escape for me.
Okay. In that case, we can conclude this conversation. For your sake, I mean.
Not necessarily concerned about my safety. I am. Above board, she's trying to indicate that you guys should lower your voice. That you guys should lower your voices.
Sure.
And she'll mention the reason it's not an answer for me is personal, not practical.
Okay. I would ask why, but that is your business. And it only ever seemed to be a temporary solution for me personally anyway, so
is that how you view faith as a solution?
Doesn't everyone think that way?
It's not
like
what faith is not for faith. A solution is not what drew me to Akessis in the first place. Well, it is what damned me, but it's not what drew me to him. I was sincerely devoted, if you would believe that.
And not so much anymore.
Not so much anymore.
Well, to answer your question, I did sort of see it as a solution. And if you think less of me of that, well then I'd like you to think
it's not a matter of thinking less, it's that if you are trying to find your salvation with the new faith, and she lowers her voice, don't think of it as a solution.
Okay.
It's the measure of how the new faith will save you is measured by your own devotion, not by you trying to use it as a tool. It is not magic.
I see. Yeah, I thought that's what you meant.
This, she produces a very small flame. This is magic. That, she points at your eyes, is magic.
And the Muninn would lower their voice. The new faith is not.
No. It is.
Then what is it? Sorry.
It is hoping and having your hopes answered. It is dedication to a loving parent and the parent answering back. Well, if you believe that stuff. It is not transactional like this. She points at your eyes and the fire is.
And I see. I suppose that's. I mean, I can see why people would be drawn to that, but it does. At the same time, it doesn't seem like something that I could genuinely, at least maybe not right now, devote myself to.
I've been told that their deity is patient enough. Again, it is not an answer for me, for personal reasons.
Sure.
She shrugs regarding like whether it would help you or not.
Yeah. Muninn would shrug too and say, well, I can't speak much for parental love, but I mean, that's sort of thing seems alien to me. Or, sorry, I say alien. It doesn't seem like a very fitting word.
Alien does not mean extraterrestrial, don't worry.
No, I know, but it seems a bit outlandish to me.
I know what you mean, she says.
Yeah.
And again, let's just say that perhaps the fact that I also missed it is what drew me to Acacius, though not as directly as that.
So when when it came about, when was that?
It?
As in the Muninn would lower their voice, the new faith. Was it around?
There isn't just one. There's some new faiths that are older than some old faiths. It's new and old just in this part of the world, for
I see.
classification's sake. But it's more.
So
it's not the best term to use to separate them. It's just for convenience's sake.
So it was around when you, like 1500 years ago.
Yes, the worshippers of the new faith are part of the reason why I'm like this. Well, it's not their fault. It really isn't their fault, but I can't help but hold a grudge.
I can imagine.
It really wasn't their fault, but
I think Muninn would refrain to press. And not knowing really how to like conclude this, I think Muninn would say, regardless, I mean, I have no idea what's going to happen today, so maybe this conversation is redundant anyway. I don't know.
I believe our master's about to appear anyway.
Okay. Wish me luck.
Above board, Show&Tell, I know you're muted, so you don't have to like answer if you can't. I've sort of assumed that the Sphinx has sort of moved away from this conversation just because Muninn and Arniverse would be discussing some very no topics that it would be bad for them to be overheard, and they would be cautious enough not to talk about that near the Sphinx, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess she's harassing these people.
Sure. They are humble, stable hands who are just trying to do their job, and when you ask them a riddle, they just look at each other confused. But yes, just as the dawn begins to break, because it was fairly late at night, and just as the sun begins to shine over the nearby hills, a glorious golden chariot, almost blinding everyone that's not a deity, will appear, drawn once again by swans. And of course, in the driver's seat, the metaphorical driver's seat, is Acesius himself, that I had some trouble finding because once again I saved his token as young beekeeper instead of Acesius.
Awesome.
Worst case, you would have found him in our DMs.
But I can't put our DMs on screen.
Yeah, no,
True.
I meant to find the picture, not to
Ah, right. No,
put
yeah.
the DMs as his picture.
Sure. Either way, the display catches everyone's attention as Acesius arrives, and he says, "Welcome, everyone. Welcome to a humble celebration." And you feel Muninn an invisible command to approach.
Okay, I'll do so. I'm going to move my token. I just realized I should have been standing here, by the way. I will move my token towards Acesius. I assume that Euromedon hasn't tried to punch me in the face as I walk by.
I was wondering too.
No, but he was tempted to.
Okay.
Okay, as Acesius says, kind people, and kind brothers and sisters, and other beings, I would like to present to you my new toy, as he patronizingly puts a hand on your head. This
That's how. Sorry. Okay.
is my beloved oracle, my voice and presence in this mortal world. Applaud, please.
I think I would applaud really enthusiastically.
Anya Veras applauds as well, though not with a happy face, as do the mortals. Except for the witch who is just grumbling at the kids.
The Sphinx. I'm just wondering, like, does she have to sit back in order to applaud? Supposedly. Maybe she doesn't.
For the people that don't applaud, Acesius glances at them and they immediately begin applauding. He glances at Erisina, who claps hesitantly. Ingenui claps, amused. Euromedon just crosses his arms and Acesius makes a face. And Acesius clears his throat and says, "Dear uncle, Euromedon, can you come closer? I believe I have something in mind that should help put all this nasty business that has afflicted our relationship in the past week or so to rest. Everyone else, please return to your drinks. Don't let me bother you." And
I'm not gonna like this.
Euromedon approaches reluctantly and says, "What is it, nephew?" And Acesius says, "Dear uncle, I know what has been troubling you, and I understand it. I would feel the same if I were in your place. Would it not be perhaps better to what's the word I'm looking for? Oh yeah, vent your anger right now and let bygones be bygones?" And he puts a hand on Munin's shoulder.
Oh.
Euromedon looks at Muninn, says, "I would impale you if I could, little creature," but then looks at Acesius. "That is not the person who is most responsible for murdering my child." "No, I know, and you can do whatever you will with that boy, of course, but strictly for my little tool, perhaps you could just let your anger take run its course tonight."
Yeah.
And before Eurymedon can reply, well, he ponders the question, but before he can reply, you'll hear a loud voice, "I'm here! I'm finally here!" As someone else will join the party. This other deity with this exact expression, as he stumbles out of the river, accompanied by several of these creatures. And
oh no.
He and
What is he? I don't remember him.
Dendrita is the god of drunken revelry
Yeah.
and wine.
We've not
met
met
him
him
before?
before.
You have not met him before. He was mentioned in passing in the book, but that's it. As he shows up.
Oh, okay.
He's also Cassius's brother, half brother, and he yells out, "Brother, I'm here! I finally made it! Did I miss the party? I thought it was like more to the south." And Cassius will reply, "That was 1400 years ago, Dendritas. Where have you been?" I got lost. I got lost in the river, and my friends pulled me out. I got drinks for everyone, as the satyrs will bring amphora of wine to place at each table. And Cassius reply, "We already have drinks. Why are you so mad, brother? You're ruining my entrance, Dendritas." "Oh, nonsense. As he barges in, says, "Oh, who's the smelly one?" This. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I was wondering if I was allowed to, if Rebecca Cassius would allow me to talk.
I don't think so. Not right now.
No. Okay.
Not in this.
Fair enough.
Yeah. He says, after a sigh, says, "This is my tool, my beloved toy." "Oh, and you got another one, brother? What happened to the last one?" "She's dead." "How'd that happen?" "Oh, uncle, I didn't see you there." Dendritas, says Eurymedon. "Uncle?" And Dendritas hugs Eurymedon, who just stands there uncomfortably. "Oh, you too, brother." Hugs Cassius. Cassius looks uncomfortable. "You too, smelly." Do you allow
He
Dendritas to
doesn't
hug you?
discriminate.
Sure. I feel like I wouldn't. Yeah, Muninn would let it happen because they feel like they don't have agency right now anyway.
You're allowed
So
to
they would
refuse
let
if
it
you want, for sure.
Sure. I feel like they let it happen.
You've found someone that smells of wine even worse than you. No, not of rot.
Oh. Okay. I feel like Muninn would still scrunch their nose up a bit.
Oh, it's a big cat. Looks at the Sphinx.
Wow. The Sphinx, I feel like, kind of picks from below her fingernail something and throws it at him. Or maybe not at him, but in a direction.
He's still a deity, but sure. He does not seem to notice and says, "How do I," as he tries to figure out the logistics of hugging you. He tries to figure those out.
The Sphinx.
Yeah, the Sphinx. Well, Dendritas is trying to. Yeah.
Then I guess she kind of picks up one leg and lets him hug that, I guess.
And he does. Your leg feels wet. He did come.
Yuck.
He did come out of the river, and he smells of wine.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, and he says, "Oh, before I forget." After he finishes hugging you, and he starts digging through his trousers not trousers.
What?
Robes, not trousers.
Excuse me.
He doesn't have trousers, right? That would be barbaric, right? His toga. And he realizes, Oh, get over here! He yells to a satyr, and the satyr arrives, and he starts digging through the satyr's clothes. Where did I put it?
Oh my god.
Okay, he says, "Brother, we were in the middle of no. This is important. I got something real fancy. Where is it? Oh, there it is." And he finally digs out and says, "I have something. Our dear grand aunt, well, more grands than just one, asked me to deliver." And he holds up a golden apple and says, "This is supposed to go to the best navigator." And
Okay.
he looks around, and to everyone, Sphinx and Calica included, that apple is the most enticing thing you've ever seen. That apple is the most enticing thing you've ever seen.
Okay.
And I think it's a
Go grab it.
I think it's as good a spot as any to cap off today's session.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, my life. Holy moly.
All right. Thoughts on today's session as we finally pulled off what we have been planning for over a year.
Oh my god. I can't believe it.
It was fun. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go.
I was just gonna say that it was fun to play someone on the Anghel. For
Yeah,
a while.
you could speak.
I mean, I found a way to speak with Anghel too, but it was just like
True.
fun to be a different personality.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Even though at some point, I just felt like it just felt like there was an interesting story happening with Muninn, and this Sphinx was just in the way. It just
Oh,
did
bless
something
you.
stupid stuff. I was just like, okay.
You were I liked your Sphinx and Calica, to be fair. I had the opposite, I think. I felt a little bit guilty because I felt like I was hogging the stage a bit, but at the same time,
It is
I mean,
a party
you were
for you.
You were
True.
the main attraction of
Yeah.
the scene, so
yeah, exactly. So
kind of makes sense.
yeah, exactly. I
You didn't figure out my name yet. Okay, fine.
yeah, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm really annoying. I'm really annoyed, and I apologize about half-assing because I've been planning this for ages, and so Muninn has been planning it for as long as they had the honey, which isn't very long at all, probably a couple of hours. I've been planning talking to Ingenuity and then trying to get him to send a message to someone for ages, and now that the perfect opportunity is struck, I can't remember who I wanted to speak to exactly and what the reason was, but we can workshop that, I suppose. Or I can probably either remember or workshop it.
Yeah, do remember, because like by next session, it might be your not last, but you know what I mean.
Oh, last opportunity. Yeah. Not my last day on Earth, or rather Muninn's last day on Earth, which is what you sounded like you were about to say.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, this will be your last session. Like, oh no. But yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, I hope that wasn't too distracting and like jarring, but yeah, I was semi-planning it for a while. Other than that, I had a lot of fun, to be fair, and it was really cool talking to Anya Varys. As sad as it is as well.
Yeah.
But being able to speak so plain, Muninn's being able to speak so plainly as well was also.
Yeah, interesting. Why did Akesis allow that? Or it was just. Well, I guess.
I guess there's a reason. I just have not made it clear enough, so to say.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, if it's like a spoiler, never mind.
Not really a spoiler, because stuff might happen. It was basically out of sadism, so to say.
Right.
Okay.
Kind of
Because
like
he knows he can't do anything.
Pretty much. And also to... Well, not... He got interrupted, but his intent was to demonstrate his control over Muninn.
By
Right.
letting them speak however they wish.
Well, no,
Yeah.
by doing something afterwards, but yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I also imagine, like, because Muninn was speaking so freely, and then as soon as Akesius arrives, I was standing to attention. I walked over to him, and then I immediately shut my mouth. So I imagine that was kind of like a show of like, look how obedient this little toy is, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he put his hand on you, called you a toy, all that.
Yeah.
Offered you up to Euromedon to vent, basically.
I'm not looking forward to that. He's gonna make me wish I was dead, I think, is what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think you can imagine that killing will probably not be allowed, but yeah, you probably won't enjoy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm excited for next session, but I'm also very nervous. Yeah, I'm very nervous to see what's going to happen.
Understandably, yes.
I was like when I think it was Anghel via Show&Tell, because I asked you, like, how are you guys sleeping and all that, and I think Show&Tell you mentioned, Anghel might wake up or whatever. I was wondering, okay, how is this gonna go with like Anghel somehow tags along?
That would have been interesting as hell, but no, I didn't
Yeah.
really plan to do it because I knew. I don't know. I
Yeah.
didn't,
You knew
like,
it was coming.
Yeah, I
When-
didn't even consider it really.
When your madam showed up, I had to remind
Yeah.
myself for a second that I'm here not as like
Oh,
Miroslav, but as
yeah.
Kalika, because your madam would have been so fucking bad.
To be fair,
see
you're not.
Miroslav.
To be fair, you're not the one who killed his kid.
Yeah, exactly. I
That-
think that
that
you're
is
like the
true.
safest one of the three of us.
Yeah, but wasn't your madam also the one with the water blobs, or was
Oh.
it a
Yeah.
different one?
No.
The water witch was not a
Okay.
servant of Euromedon, but in that particular case, they were working together. It's just not in a subservient way.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of connected that name to that thing, so that's why I was like.
Well, he did try to drown you all during that time, but like he's not as attached. Well, he's not really attached at all to a water witch, unlike his kid.
Yeah, fair.
That makes sense.
By the way, Izvir, do you know what child we're all been speaking of? Like what child we've all been speaking of? 'Cause we can fill you in if you want.
I don't quite remember, I will admit.
Basically, at one point, the group came across an ogre who was ruling over a village of terrified humans that he was eating, and the group killed him. And the ogre was
How horrible of us.
yeah, the ogre was a
Yeah.
child of Euromedon, and yeah,
Fair.
very Odysseus-like and all that.
Yeah, it reminded me of that.
Yeah.
I don't know the Odysseus story, actually.
TLDR,
I'll take your word for it.
Odysseus blinded a child of Poseidon, who Euromedon is based on Poseidon, which caused basically the Odyssey of like him taking like
Okay.
losing all his crews rather, taking like more than 10 years to return home, all that, yeah.
Shit. What a piece of work.
And the Cyclops was doing similar things of keeping Odysseus's men and eating them and all that. So it's a very intentional peril.
Yeah, for sure.
They did worse than blinding him.
Yeah, we killed him.
Well, boo-hoo.
Yeah, boo.
Yeah, but still, you get why he's mad.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, as a god, that's like, it's like you said, or maybe Anghel said it. It's like the way of, or someone said it. It's where it's, yeah, I think it was Anghel, where it's like in his opinion, it is his kid in a playground.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Kill
And like
kid.
it's, yeah. The analogy was supposed to be, how would you feel if like your kid was just playing around and someone went and fucking killed him?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, how did they feel?
From his perspective, it's sort of like asking, well, how does the sand that the kid was trampling feel? How did the sand feel, basically?
Right. Yeah.
Well, it's a problem. The sand doesn't talk back.
Yeah, it's a dissonance, as you can imagine. Anyway, yeah, well, thoughts on, I don't know, any of the other participants or something? I will say, Izvir and Show&Tell, I think you guys did great as the Sphinx and Calico.
I'm glad. I had
Yeah.
no plan going into this how
Yeah,
I wanted to
wasn't sure.
portray Kalika. So it's just like, yes, I will do childlike wonder and interested in everything.
Yeah. It's very sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I knew was that I needed to, like, I mean, the riddles didn't even last that long. Because I considered just talking in riddles, but then I didn't really know how to pull it off.
I
was
loved-
like, okay, whatever.
I loved that you were doing riddles, to be fair. I thought that was so cool. And I'm disappointed that I couldn't figure them out by myself. But it would have occupied the whole session. I would have been like, wondering.
Fair enough. I don't think I would have been able to. Like, you know, I just took
I
them off
think
the
what-
internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was really cool, actually. I don't know why I loved it so much. It just had a lot of character to it. It's like, oh, answer me these riddles 3. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I agree. And again, don't feel bad, because it's technically Muninn that she was asking, not Dely.
True, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say unrelated. It is surprising. Well, I guess not necessarily surprising, but it did stick out to me how. What's the word? Not obsessed. That's too strong of a word. Focused, I guess. Muninn was on Erisina's opinion of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, it fit. It fit their character, honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna
agree.
say. Because I was like, me as Dely, I was like sad because I kind of like Erisina. She seems really cool. But then Muninn, I was thinking about it and I was like, Muninn wouldn't be sad. Muninn would be annoyed because they're very like, I think Muninn, at least in lore, like Muninn's so vindictive and like they have only child. No offense to all the only childs out there, but they have only child syndrome where it's like, why don't you like me? Like, what's there not to like about me? Like that kind of thing. So yeah, like, do you know what I mean? If like it, I think the moral of the story is that it's really fun to play, even though that's kind of like a sinister sort of aspect of their character, or at least a negative one, maybe not a sinister one. It's really cool when you kind of think, oh, this would fit so well in the character's lore or whatever if they behave this way. Like, I don't know if you guys agree. Like, I like it when roleplay moments like that are like really natural.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, I like it. I like it too, for sure.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I will, on the topic of the Sphinx and Calico, I was debating with myself, like, how involved should I make the Kobolos, Ashen's, the character that Ashen came up with, how involved they should be. I think, I obviously, you guys know, I decided to keep it to a minimum, because it's not the Kobolos' show, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did want to mention that to, once again, bring up the fact this was planned so long ago.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I'm gonna get him back one day though.
The Kobolos?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. There's a long trail that I'd like him to sort of walk along nearby, in this village, just as payback.
I mean, he did get trampled, not near the trail, but yeah, he did get trampled recently by Hermedin.
True. I suppose we're even.
Sure.
Really?
That was easy.
Yeah. But yeah.
But I'm wondering, Deli, was this worth the suspense?
Absolutely. I did not know what to expect. Is it fair to, I don't know if I said it on camera or not, or on the... So I thought there was going to be a lore character of Munin's that was going to turn up. Because I genuinely didn't know what was going to happen. And obviously that is the I assume, I mean, you know, never say never, but that's the furthest thing from what actually happened. I loved it, and it was really fun, but I had no idea what to expect beforehand. I'm just so nervous about what Eurymedon's going to do. He's going to fuck me up. He's going to kill me.
He is. Yes.
It's not gonna kill you.
Well, no.
At least there's that.
Yeah.
Fair to say.
But yeah, it was a very nice surprise, to be fair. It seems like, how do I put it? It seemed like really appropriate, I think is the word. It's like, look at my, like, appropriate in the sense of like, Acesius is holding a party for his the fact that he's got a new oracle, right? Mm-hmm. Although that's not the main stage of the party. I think the main stage is getting Eurymedon.
Well, it's at the very least the excuse for throwing it together, and Acesius does like to celebrate his, as he sees it, accomplishments.
Yes, yeah, that's what I mean. And it was really cool to see the swan as well. I don't know if, like we established earlier, I don't know if it was the same swan, but it was, as soon as I saw a massive swan, I was like, I know what this is for. Or who this is from, or whatever. But yeah.
For the viewers, because unfortunately it has not been released yet, I hope it will be. A while back I've written a sort of a tie-in novel that's kind of a prequel to this adventure, and yes, in that prequel, Acesius has a swan mount. Though I'll say he was riding a swan in the novel because he felt humble and did not want to mount his entire chariot on that day.
Yeah.
How humble of him.
Yeah, I was gonna say swans are known for being really humble. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was really cool seeing a massive swan, because I immediately thought that's gonna take me somewhere. You know.
Yeah. It's probably also the first time someone has made a swan puke.
Yeah. That's true.
That's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you guys have any other thoughts about what happened this episode and all that?
Not really.
Not that I can think of. But yeah, other than it was really cool, obviously. But not that I can think of.
Okie dokie. Sorry, I was typing something up. Okay. Well then, dear viewers, thank you for watching and listening to us. Let's see what these people are up to. It seems we are to start according to the dice with Izvir. Could you please, Izvir, go ahead and talk about yourself and what you're doing?
Yeah. I'm Izvir, or is virtually a goblin. I am a Goblindle VTuber over on Twitch. I mostly do art, but also at times play different games. And yeah, since the last time I have gotten so far that I'm just waiting for my review on VGen, and yeah.
Awesome.
I forgot the word.
Oh,
To be verified. That's
right.
the word. Yeah. So yeah.
Indeed. Do check Izvir out and thank you very, very much. Then, according to the dice, we would have Show&Tell. Show&Tell, could you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what you're doing?
Yes, hi, I'm Show&Tell, and I have a YouTube channel on which I do reactions, a few channels, and also Patreon, and you can check that out.
You can
if
indeed.
you want.
And you should. Thank you very, very much, Show&Tell. Then, of course, we would have Dely. Dely, could you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what you're doing?
yeah, absolutely. Hello, everyone. I'm Dely. I am on hiatus at the moment because of university studies, but I am a mushroom VTuber on Twitch.tv. You can find me there and in my Discord server and on Blue Sky. But again, like I said, I'm not very active on those, but they are there. I'm more active on Discord for sure. Hopefully, when my studies are over and life gets a little bit more, what's the word?
Calm.
Normal? No, calmer. Yeah, calmer. When life gets a little bit calmer, then maybe I can pick it back up. But yeah, I mean, like, you know, I used to stream variety, so I assume I'm going to pick that back up when I can. So yeah.
Looking forward to it, and thank you very, very much, Dely. As for me, dear viewers, I was your Dungeon Master, Game Master Teeironor. I do this series, it's quite a bit of fun. So do a different series set in the Warcraft universe of a different group of people that you can check out on my channel, big playlist. And yeah, that series comes out on Saturday. There will be an episode this upcoming Saturday, but not the next one. Right. Trying to remember all the little scheduling bits. Anyway, yeah, check that out. It's a fun time as well. Other than that, thank you once again, dear viewers, for watching and listening to us. We should be back next week, but if anything happens, I'll let you all know on Blue Sky if we have to delay an episode or whatever. And yeah, we'll see you when we'll see you. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.